let's make this super cool print in place 3D printable chain in Plasticity. We're going to start with a new scene we have here. And then as always, I'm going to set it to perspective because I don't like orthographics, at least not in this camera mode. I'm going to use a rectangle here. So click corner rectangle. Starting from the center, we're going to expand out, hitting C to constrain to the exact center and expand from there. And then I want to make sure that I see this purple line here, or hit Shift, but actually sometimes it doesn't, even if you hit Shift. So at least try to constrain on this purple line so that we can keep the 1-to-1 proportions. I'm going to make it about 10 millimeters. It doesn't really matter that much. I don't want to give you specific sizes here because in any case we are going to scale it in the slicer. So that's all relative. I'm going to select the opposite corners, and now I'm going to hit G and Z, and I'm going to bring them up. How much is kind of arbitrary. Probably something like this is enough. Let's do more actually. So GZ, let's make it really spiky. Maybe a little too much. Something like this. Then I'm going to select all of the corners that I have there. Press F and search for fillet, or B was the shortcut. And now I am going to do something like this. See, I'm turning this into a very smooth chain link. I'm going to go very close here so that it looks rounded as much as you can. You can go very, very close. In fact, you can go as close as this. Probably. I'm going to hit enter, and now I'm going to hit P to pipe. Now this is going to be really important. The size of this section will dictate whether or not we can print this thing. Because we cannot connect the links if these are touching, basically. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a chain; it would be a single solid piece. So I'm going to increase the size, and we're going to have to double check this one. So let's do it 1.6 maybe. 1.6 is too much. Let's do 1.5 for now. In any case, we can check it. All right. Now to make sure this is actually repeatable, we're going to use an array and a scene from the top. Going straight out, we have to make sure it doesn't basically touch anywhere. There's got to be some kind of space in between links, as even as you can. And it looks like we could have made it a little thicker, so why don't you go back and do it again. Pipe, so 1.6 might be enough. Let's check again. And if I zoom out, you see they're barely out of touch. So we don't want them to touch, because if they touch, again, we cannot use it as a chain. It's going to be a solid piece. So this is really important. We are curving them so that the surface that's going to be bridged is not much, but if something drips, there is a chance that it's going to get a little stuck here and there. So if you can leave a space that's equal to this, it's going to be good. Now, this is not printable, because if you see it from the side, there isn't much in terms of touching the ground plane. So we gotta get rid of the extras that we only use to check for now. And I am going to remove part of the top and part of the bottom. I think it's called cuban, how do you say? Chain. So I'm gonna take another corner rectangle. I'm gonna start from the top and see again. I'm gonna encompass the whole chain link. Then I'm going to hit 3. I'm going to try to bring it up closer to the middle. So it's somewhere around here. And then I am going to push this face up, hit tab so that it pushes down as well. And I'm going to see to intersect it somewhere like here. We want to give, these parts are going to be removed. So we want to give this a nice surface to stand on the print plate. So something like this. And now I'm going to select my link. I'm going to hit Q, select this, and then choose intersect. Bam. And now we got our nice chain link. If this is not enough, you can always push these a little more. I recommend, though, leaving them thick enough, because otherwise it's probably going to be very easy to break. So now our chain link is done. We can get rid of that. Looks pretty nice there. We can also get rid of this initial rectangle if we want. We can use, depending on what we want to do, the same as before. So if you want an open chain, you can do something like this and have it there. Or Shift D, move it to the side. We're gonna choose not a center circle, but the 3-point circle. And we're gonna make any circle that's make it this big. I'm gonna choose this curve array in the F menu. So check that. And now all we have to do is increase the number of repetitions. So something like this, making sure that they're not touching. Press enter. If you want to make sure that they're not touching at all, you can use the section analysis here and see if there is any part that's highlighted in red. As you can see, there isn't one. So now how we export these will determine the way it can be printed. So we can choose the whole length of the chain. We can do export and save this as an STL, like chain straight. Making sure the density is 1, hitting OK. And we can do the same thing for this. Let's get rid of that. We can choose all these objects and export them as cuban chain circle. Now if I hop to Bamboo Studio, I can take my files and import them. I'm not gonna load them as a single object of multiple parts. And technically speaking, I could even print it as it is. And obviously, we didn't make it really large. You can always scale it and make it larger if you want. But as you can see, it's going to be completely print in place and ready to be used for whatever use you see fit. So even by scaling it, we can slice and make sure that the part that's touching the bed is stable enough. So in color scheme, I'm going to use line type. I'm going to check the bottom. You can see the bridges are really short and there is enough room for the chain links to stand on the build plate. We're pretty much done. So we can hit print and be good to go. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more. As always, thanks for watching and I will see you next time.